Hello, my name is Schmitz with Purdue Extension in Posey County, and welcome to the video for changing a faucet. If you're like me, maybe your sump pump starts running on a dry day that sends you down to the basement to inspect, and when you look up, you manage to see this stain staring at you from below the kitchen sink. In that case, it's time to go inspect. Not today, Satan. Wherein there is a leak, the first thing to do is shut off the water source. In this case, the leak was originally caused by an improper seal in the faucet itself, so the water needed to be shut off at the on-off valves just underneath the sink. But for some leaks, the main shutoff valve to the entire home would need to be utilized in order to cease the leaking. What you're going to have is a light source, something to remove the connections, and a new faucet to install. What's helpful is if the light source is stationary, if you have a bucket to remove any water that would be leaking out of your connections that you're unhooking, a towel for any leaks that you can't catch in the bucket, and a specialized faucet tool like the one pictured here can really work much easier than any kind of wrench, especially in a tight space. When choosing your replacement faucet, it's important to know how many holes you have in the basin that your faucet is going to go into so you can get like parts. I always prefer to choose faucets that are as similar as possible to the one that I'm replacing, because the faucets generally come with installation directions, and disassembling the faucet is much easier if you can work backwards from a set of directions rather than wondering what happened to the ones that came with the original faucet you purchased 10 years ago. Disassembly on this 4-hole faucet with a hot and cold option as well as the spray option goes as follows. Basically, at any point in time, you can work on disassembling the sprayer option with the knowledge that the water source has been shut off. The cold water hose and coupling is going to be relatively easy to remove with your wrench or your specialty tool. The hot water coupling is going to be the most difficult thing to remove of the entire process, because for the last however many years, the cold water that has been draining through the pipes to get you the hot water has basically expanded and contracted just ever so slightly. The nut on the end of the coupling to make it virtually impossible to extract. It will take an experienced plumber a couple of minutes to remove the hot water assembly. It will take someone like you or I 45 minutes to an hour and make you wish you had not started this project in the first place. Once the old faucet has been removed, installation of the new faucet is going to be relatively simple. Once again, you have the instructions with the faucet that you bought that you can follow word for word. With this particular 4-hole assembly, the sprayer is attached first, both through the center hole in the faucet itself and then the spray attachment nozzle through the hole on the far right. That is tightened in, and then you put in the tighteners for the hot and cold, which will stabilize the entire structure, and finally attach the hot and cold water couplings to the appropriate outlets. This has been a brief overview of changing out your kitchen or bathroom faucet. If you have any specific questions, feel free to contact me at the information here.